Welcome back, everybody. It's chapter 20. I'm going to read the last four chapters of this book of Second Samuel. There happened to be there a man of Belial whose name was Sheba, the son of Bichri, 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 a Benjamite. And he blew a trumpet, saying, We have no part in David, neither have we inheritance in the son of Jesse, every man to his tents, O Israel. So every man of Israel went up from after David, and followed Sheba the son of Bichri, or Bichri, Bichri. But the men of Judah clave unto their king from Jordan even to Jerusalem. David came to his house at Jerusalem, and the king took the 10 women, his concubines, whom he had left to keep the house, and put them in ward, and fed them, but went not in unto them. So they were shut up in the day of their death, living in widowhood. Then said the king of Amasa, Assemble me, the men of Judah, within 3 days, and be thou here present. So Amasa went to assemble the men of Judah, but he tarried longer than the set time which he had appointed him. David said to Abishai, Now shall Sheba the son of Bichri do us more harm than did Absalom? Take thou thy Lord's servants and pursue after him, lest he get him fenced cities and escape us. There went out after him Joab's men and the Keretites and the Pelethites and all the mighty men, and they went out of Jerusalem to pursue after Sheba the son of Bichri. When they were at the great stone which is in Gibeon, Amasa went before them, and Joab's garment that he had put on was girded unto him, and upon him the girdle with a sword fastened into his loins, in the sheath thereof, and as he went forth it fell out. Hmm. Went out, fell out. Joab said to Amasa, Art thou in health, my brother? And Joab took Amasa by the head, by the beard, with the right hand to kiss him. But Amasa took no heed to the sword that was in Joab's hand. So he smote therewith in the fifth rib, and shed out his bowels to the ground, and struck him not again, and he died. So Joab and Abishai his brother pursued after Sheba the son of Bichri. One of Joab's men stood by him, saying, He who favoreth Joab, and he that is for David, let him go after Joab. Amasa wallowed in blood in the midst of the highway. When the man saw that all the people stood still, he removed Amasa out of the highway into the field and cast a cloth upon him. When he saw that every man that came by him stood still. When he removed out of the highway, when he was removed out of the highway, all the people went on after Joab to pursue after Sheba the son of Bichri. He went through all the tribes of Israel unto Abel, and to Beth Maacah, and all the Berites, and they were gathered together and went also after him. They came and besieged him in Abel of Beth Maacah, and they cast up a bank against the city, and stood in the trench, and all the people who were with Joab, battered the wall to throw it down. Then cried a wise woman out of the city, Hear, hear, say, I pray you, unto Joab, Come now hither, that I may speak with you. When it was come near unto her, the woman said, Art thou Joab? And he answered, I am he. Then she said unto Joab, Hear the words of thy handmaid. Joab answered, I do hear. Then she spake, saying, wont, they were wont to speak in old time, saying, They shall surely ask counsel at Abel, so that they ended the matter. I am one of them who are peaceable and faithful in Israel. Thou seekest to destroy a city and the mother in Israel. Why wilt thou swallow up the inheritance of the Lord? And Joab answered, saying, far be it from me, that I shall swallow up or destroy. The matter is not so, but a man of Mount Ephraim, Sheba the son of Bichri by name, hath lifted up his hand against the king, even against David. Deliver him only, and I will depart from the city. And the woman said unto Joab, Behold, his head shall be thrown to thee over the wall. Ew. And then the woman went into all the people in her wisdom, and they cut off the head of Sheba, the son of Bichri, and cast it out to Joab. And they blew a trumpet, and they retired from the city, every man to his tent. And Joab returned to Jerusalem unto the king. Now Joab was over all the hosts of Israel, and Benaiah, 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 the son of Jehoiada, was over the Cherethites, and over the Pelethites. Adoram was over the tribute, and Jehoshaphat the son of Ahilud was recorder. Sheva was scribe, and Zadok and Abiathar were the priests. Ira also the Jairite was a thief. Excuse me. Ira the son of also the Jairite was a chief ruler about David. 21. Then there was a famine in the days of David 3 years, year after year. And David inquired of the Lord, and the Lord answered, It is for Saul and for his bloody house, because he slew the Gibeonites. The king called the Gibeonites and said unto them, Now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. And the children of Israel had sworn unto them, and Saul sought to slay them in his zeal to the children of Israel and Judah. Wherefore David said unto the Gibeonites, What shall I do for you, and wherewith shall I make the atonement, that ye may bless the inheritance of the Lord? The Gibeonites said unto him, We will have no silver nor gold of Baal. Excuse me. We will have no silver or gold of Saul, nor of his house, neither for us shalt thou kill any man in Israel. And he said, What ye shall say, that will I do for you. They answered the king, The man who consumed us and that devised against us that we should be destroyed from remaining in any of the coasts of Israel. Let 7 men of his sons be delivered unto us, and we will hang them up unto the Lord in Gibeah, the son of Gibeah of Saul, whom the Lord did choose. And the king said, I will give them. But the king spared Mephibosheth, the son of Jonathan, the son of Saul, because of the Lord's oath that was between them, between David and Jonathan, the son of Saul. For the king took the 2 sons of Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, whom she bare unto Saul, and she bare unto Saul Armani and Mephibosheth, and the 5 sons of Michal, the daughter of Saul, whom she brought up for Adriel, the son of Barzillai, the Melitite, He delivered them into the hands of the Gibeonites, and they hanged them in the hill before the Lord, and they fell all 7 together, and were put to death in the days of harvest, in the first days, in the beginning of barley harvest. Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, took sackcloth and spread it for her upon the rock. From the beginning of harvest until water dropped upon them out of heaven. And suffered that neither the birds of the air to rest on them by day, nor the beasts of the field by night. It was told David what Rizpah, the daughter of Aiah, the concubine of Saul, had done. And David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, the son bones, Excuse me. David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, from the men of Jabesh Gilead, which had stolen them from the streets of Bethshan, where the Philistines had hanged them, where the Philistines had strained Saul. Pause there. All right, sorry about that, folks. You get more coffee. Okay, so where the bones. Okay, verse 12. David went and took the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan, his son, from the men of Jabesh Gilead. Test one. Okay. Jabesh Gilead, which had stolen them from the streets of Bethshan, where the Philistines had hanged them, when the Philistines had slain Saul in Gilboa. He brought up from thence the bones of Saul and the bones of Jonathan his son, and he gathered the bones of them who were hanged. The bones of Saul and Jonathan his son buried they in the country of Benjamin and Zelah in the sepulchre of Kish his father. And they performed all that the king commanded. And after that the God had entreated for the land. Moreover, the Philistines had yet warred again with Israel, and David went down, and his servants with him, and fought against the Philistines, and David waxed faint. Ishbi-Kenob, interesting name, Ishbi-Kenob, which was of the sons of the giant, it's Goliath, the weight of whose spear weighed 300 shekels of brass in weight, and he being girded with a new sword thought to have slain David. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, succored him or helped him, and smote the Philistine in killing him. Then the men of David sware unto him, saying, Thou shalt go no more out with us to battle, that thou quench not the light of Israel. It came to pass after this that there was again a battle with the Philistines at Gob, or Gob. Then Sibbecai the Hushathite slew Saph, which was of the sons of the giant. That's probably Goliath again. There was again a battle in Gob with the Philistines, and Elhanan, the son of Ja'ar-Rajim, a Bethlehemite, slew the brother Goliath the Gittite, the staff of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. There was yet a battle in Gath, where was a man of great stature, that had on every hand 6 fingers, on every foot 6 toes, 24 in number. 24. That's crazy. 24 in number. Every hand had 6 fingers and on every foot 6 toes. 24 in number. And he also was born to the giant. When he had defied Israel, Jonathan, the son of Shemaiah, the brother of David, slew him. These 4 were born to the giant in Gath, and fell by the hand of David, and by the hand of his servants. 4 battles in a row. Wow. Chapter 22. 2 more chapters ago. David spake unto the Lord the words of the song in the day of the Lord, that the Lord had delivered him out of the hand of all of his enemies, and out of the hand of Saul, saying, The Lord is my rock and my fortress and my deliverer, the God of my rock. In him will I trust. He is my shield and the horn of my salvation, my high tower, my refuge, my Savior. Thou savest me from violence. I will call on the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from mine enemies. When the waves of death compassed me, the floods of ungodly men made me afraid. The sorrows of hell compassed me about, the snares of death prevented me. In my distress I called on the Lord and cried to my God. He did hear my voice out of his temple, and my cry did enter into his ears. Excuse me. Then the earth shook and trembled. The foundations of heaven moved and shook, because he was wroth. There went up a smoke out of his nostrils, and fire out of his mouth devoured. The coals were kindled by it. He bowed the heavens also, and came came down, and darkness was under his feet. He rode upon a cherub and did fly, and he was seen upon the wings of the wind. He made darkness pavilions. Pavilions! Interesting. Pavilions are round about him, dark waters, and thick clouds of skies. Though the brightness before him were coals of fire kindled. The Lord thundered from heaven, and the Most High uttered his voice, and he sent out arrows and scattered them, the lightning and discomfited them. The channels of the sea appeared, the foundations of the world were discovered at the rebuking of the Lord and at the blast of the breath of his nostrils. He sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of the many waters. He delivered me from my strong enemy and from them who hated me, for they were too strong. They prevented me in the day of my calamity, but the Lord was my stay. He brought me forth also into a large place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. The Lord rewarded me according to my righteousness. According to the cleanness of my hands hath he recompensed me. For I have kept the ways of the Lord and have not wickedly departed from my God. For all his judgments were before me, and as for his statutes, I did not depart from them. I was also upright before him, and have kept myself from mine iniquity. Therefore the Lord hath recompensed me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness in my eyesight. With the merciful thou wilt show thyself merciful, and with the upright man thou wilt show thyself upright. With the pure thou shalt pure thou wilt show thyself pure, and with the froward thou shalt show thyself unsavory. The afflicted people thou wilt save, but thine eyes are upon the haughty, that thou mayest bring them down. For thou art my lamp, O Lord, and the Lord will lighten my darkness. For by thee I have run through a troop, by my God have I leapt over a wall. As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all them who trust in him. For who is God save the Lord, and who is a rock save our God? God is my strength and my power, and he maketh my way perfect. He maketh my feet like hinds' feet, and he setteth me upon my high places. He teacheth my hands to war, so that a bow of steel is broken by mine arms. Thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, so that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and destroyed them, and turned not again until I have consumed them. I have consumed them and wounded them, that they could not arise. Yea, they are fallen under my feet, for thou hast girded me with strength to battle. With strength to battle, them who rose up against me hast thou subdued under me. Thou hast also given me the necks of mine enemies, that I might destroy them who hate me. They looked, but there was none to save, even unto the Lord, but he answered them not. Then did I beat them as small as the dust of the earth. I did stamp them as the mire of the street, and did spread them abroad. Thou also hast delivered me from the strivings of my people. Thou hast kept me to be the head of the heathen, a people which I knew not shall serve. Strangers shall submit themselves unto me as soon as they hear. They shall be obedient unto me. Strangers shall fade away, and they shall be afraid out of the close places. 46. Close places. Yeah, hideouts. The Lord liveth, and blessed be my rock, and exalted be the God of the rock of my salvation. It is God who avengeth me, and who bringeth down the people on them. Who bringeth me forth from mine eyes. Thou also hast lifted me up on high above them who rose up against me, and thou hast delivered me from the violent man. Wherefore I will give thanks unto thee, O Lord, among the heathen, and I will sing praises unto thy name. He is the tower of my salvation for his king, and showeth mercy to his anointed, unto David and to his seed forevermore. Chapter 23. So basically, So he's kind of going over and trying to, he's quoting 22:2, 22:1. Oh, the Lord's not showing this title. So he's quoting Psalm 18, Psalm 34 and 19, Psalm 18, Psalm 91. Let's see, Proverbs, Psalm 9:46, Psalm 116, 116, 120. It's got Isaiah there, verse 10. Psalm 104. A little bit of Job. Interesting. Psalm 144. Isaiah in verse 19. Isaiah is quoted. Psalm 31, 118. There's a reference to 2 Samuel back to 15. Interesting. Verse 21, 1 Samuel 26, 23, Psalm 24. Verse 22, 119. And there's Psalm 23, Deuteronomy 6 and 7, chapter 6 and 7. In verse 24, it's going forward to Ephesians, that's weird. Verse 25, 2 Samuel 22, which we just read. In verse 26 or 22, the Gospel of Matthew is quoted. In verse 27, Leviticus is quoted. In verse 28 or 22, Psalm 72, Job. In verse 29 of chapter 22, 119 again, 132. In verse 30, go back to 2 Samuel chapter 5. Verse 31 has Matthew 5:48. Psalm 12 is quoted. In verse 32, Isaiah is quoted. Verse 33, Psalms 27 and Psalms 101 is quoted. In verse 34, Isaiah 33 is quoted or referenced. Verse 37, Proverbs 4. In verse 39, Malachi 4. Verse 40, Psalm 18:32, and chapter 44 of Psalms, verse 5. In 41, Genesis is quoted or referenced. In verse 42, 1 Samuel 18:6 is quoted, or 28:6, excuse me. In verse 43, Psalm 18, Isaiah 10. In verse 44, 2 Samuel 3, Deuteronomy 28, Isaiah 55:5. Verse 45, verse 46, there's I think that's Micah. Yeah, Micah. MIC is Micah. Chapter 7. Verse 47, Psalm 89 is quoted. Verse 48, Psalm 144 is quoted. In verse 49 of chapter 22, 140, Psalm 140 is quoted in 3 verses. In verse 50, 2 Samuel 8, chapter 8, Romans is referenced. Interesting. In verse 51, Psalm 144, Psalm 89, 2 Samuel 7, 10, 16 are all quoted. A lot of Psalms. Now here's chapter 23. Now these are the last words of David. David's the son of Jesse, say, and the man who was raised up on high, the anointed of the God of Jacob, and the sweet psalmist of Israel, saith, the Spirit of the Lord spake by me, and his word was in my tongue. The God of Israel said, the rock of Israel spake to me, he who ruleth over men must be just, ruling in the fear of God. He shall be as the light of the morning, when the sun riseth, even the morning without clouds, as the tender grass springing out of the earth, by clear shining after rain. Although my house be not so with God, yet he hath made with me an everlasting covenant, ordered in all things, and sure, for this is all my salvation and all my desire. Although he make it not to grow. But the sons of Belial shall be all of them as thorns thrust away, because they cannot be taken with hands. But the men who shall touch them must be fenced with iron and the staff of a spear, and they shall be utterly burned with fire in the same place. These are the names of the mighty men whom David had. The Tachmonite, who sat in the seat, chief among the captains, the same was Adino the Eznite. He lifted up his spear against 800, whom he slew at one time. After him was Eleazar, the son of Dodo, the Ahohite, one of the three mighty men with David when they defied the Philistines, who were there gathered together to battle, and the men of Israel were gone away. He arose and smote the Philistines until his hand was weary, and his hand clave into the sword. And the Lord wrought a great victory that day, and the people returned after him only to spoil. After him was Shammah, the son of Aji, the Hararite, and the Philistines were gathered together into a troop where a piece of ground fell of lentils, and the people fled from the Philistines. But he stood in the midst of the ground and defended, and slew the Philistines, and the Lord wrought a great victory. 3 of the 30 chief went down and came to David in the harvest time unto the cave of Adullam, and the troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Rephaim. David was then in a hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. David longed, saying, "Oh, that one would give me drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate." And the three mighty men brake through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord, saying, "Be it far from me, O Lord, that I should do this. Is not this the blood of the men who went in jeopardy of their lives?" Therefore he would not drink it. These things did these three mighty men. Abishai, the brother of Joab, the son of Zeruiah, was chief among three, and he lifted up his spear against 300 and slew them, and had a name among thee. Was he not most honorable of three? Therefore he was their captain. Howbeit he attained not unto the first three. Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, the son of a valiant man, of Kabzeel, who had done many acts. He slew 2 lion-like men of Moab. He went down also and slew a lion in the midst of the pit in time of snow. He slew an Egyptian, a goodly man. And the Egyptian had a spear in his hand, but he went down with him with a staff, and plucked the spear out of the Egyptian's hand, and slew him with his own spear. These things did Benaiah, the son of Jehoiada, and had the name among 3 mighty men. He was more honorable than the 30, but he attained not to the first 3. And David sent him over his guard. Asahel, the brother of Joab, was one of the 30. Elhanan, the son of Dodo of Bethlehem. Shammah the Haradite. Elka the Haradite. Helez the Palatite. Ira the son of Ikesh the Tekoite. Abiezar the Anethatite. Rebunim Rabunai the Hushatite, Zalman the Ahohite, Aharai the Netophathite, Heleb the son of Baana the Netophathite, Ittai the son of Rabbe of Alagabiah of the children of Benjamin, Benaiah the Parathonite, Hede of the brooks of Gaash, Abi Alban the Arbatite, Asmaveth the Barumite, Eliabah the Sha'albanite, the sons of Yeshen, Jonathan, Shammah the Hararite, Ahiam the son of Sharar the Hararite, Elephalet the son of Ahashbai the son of Maacatite, the son of the Maacatite, Eliam the son of Ahithophel the Galonite, Hezray the Carmelite, Baare the Arbite, Egal the son of Nathan, Ozobah Banai the Gadite, Zelek the Ammonite, Nahari the Beerotite, armor bearer to Joab the son of Zeruiah, Ira the Ithrite, Gareb the Ithrite, Uriah the Hittite, 30 and 37 in all. Whew, that's a lot of strange pronunciations. Last chapter. Chapter 24. Again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, Go, number Israel and Judah. For the king said to Joab, the king, captain of the host which was with him, Go now throughout all the tribes of Israel, from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people, that I may know the number of the people. Joab said unto the king, Now the Lord thy God added unto the people, how many soever they be, an hundredfold, and that the eye of my lord the king may see it. Why doth my lord the king delight in this thing? Notwithstanding, the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host, and Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. They passed over Jordan and pitched an Aroer on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river Gad, and toward Yazer. Then they came to Gilead and to the land of Tatim Hochai, and they came to Dan Sha'an, and about to Zidon. They coming to a stronghold of Tyre and all the cities of the Hivites and all the Canaanites, and they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. So when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months and 20 days. Joab gave up the sum of the number of people unto the king, and there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men who drew the sword, and the men of Judah were 500,000 men. David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people. And David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly in that I have done. And now I beseech thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. For when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, Go and say unto David, Thus saith the Lord, I offer thee 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do unto thee. So Gad came to David and said, Gad came to David and told him, saying unto him, Shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land? Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemies, while they pursue thee? Or that there be 3 days pestilence in the land? Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him who sent me. David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great, and let him not fall into the hand of man. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel in the morning, even to the time appointed, and there died of the people from Dan, even to Beersheba, 70,000 men. When the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented of the evil, repented him or prevented him of the evil, and said to the angel who destroyed the people, "It is enough. Stay now thy hand." And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of uh, Araunah the Jebusite. David spake unto the Lord when he saw the angel that smote the people, saying, Lo, I have sinned, and I have done wickedly, but these sheep, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, be against me, and against my father's house. Gad came that day to David, saying unto him, Go up, rear an altar unto the Lord in the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. David, according to the saying of Gad, went up as the Lord commanded. Araunah looked and saw the king and his servants coming on toward him, and Araunah went out and bowed himself before the king on his face upon the ground. Araunah said, Wherefore is my lord the king come to his servant? David said, To buy the threshing floor of thee, to buy. And David said, To buy the threshing floor of thee, to build an altar unto the Lord, that the plague may be stayed from the people. Araunah said unto David, Let my lord the king take and offer. Araunah said unto David, Yet let my lord the king take and offer what seemeth good unto him. Behold, here be oxen for burnt sacrifice, and threshing instruments and other instruments for the oxen of the oxen for wood. All these things did Araunah as a king give unto the king. And Araunah said unto the king, The Lord thy God accept them. The king said unto Araunah, Nay, but I will surely buy it off thee at a price. Neither will I burn offerings unto the Lord my God of that which doth cost me nothing. So David brought the threshing floor and the oxen at 50, an oxen for 50 shekels of silver. David built there an altar unto the Lord and David built there an altar unto the Lord and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So the Lord was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. Whew. That is the end of 2 Samuel. I hope you enjoyed it.